And we're going to, ooh, that looks good. We're going to start with our chocolate pieces. And this stuff is right here. We've got some unsweet chocolate. And this is, you need 5 1-ounce pieces. Now the chocolate's coming in half-ounce pieces. So this is 4 and 1. Somebody's going to make them. We got to find somebody, I think, to unlock the copier machine. Okay, we're going to stick this in the microwave. I'm watching that because I don't trust it. And we're going to put our butter in there too. Okay, I'm just going to turn that down because that's almost ready. I'm not going to cut the butter because it's already softened. And you know, you can do this over the double boiler or on the stove or whatever. Be very careful, or in the microwave. And what's the rule when we put chocolate in the microwave? Stir it before you put more time on it, because I think this goes. Okay, so you can see what it looks like when it comes out from the microwave. You got the butter melted, the chocolate is not, but we're going to stir it up a little bit. And then we're going to stick it back in. Now my microwave, I guess because it's new, it has a chocolate melting thing on here, so it's a little bit easier. It should be ready now. Okay, there's still, it's not totally melted, but we're going to stir it till it is. Because if we would put it back in for, 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes, we'd be running back to the store to get more. Okay. So we still have some lumps, as you can see, but that's all right. They're going to go away. Now I'm going to talk about the rest of the stuff that goes in here while this cools just a little bit. All right, so that's all nice and smooth, mixed up with the butter. Okay, that's good. I'm going to put that here for a minute because it's a little bit too hot. Now, to this, we're going to add 3 eggs, 1 at a time. We're going to add some, it says in the recipe espresso powder. I just have the coffee powder. If you like espresso and you like instant espresso and want to drink it, that's fine. I think it's a little bit expensive if you're just going to use, a tablespoon here or there, whatever. So the regular coffee granules will do. So that's what's in it. No, this is instant. Yeah. Okay, we got the 2 cups of sugar. In here, I've got flour, salt, and baking powder. So we've got all that ready to go. We've got our pan. And you know how I like to use the foil on the pan so we can just lift it out at the end. And you don't really have to wash the 9x13. Or none of your friends at church will take a metal knife and ruin your pan when they cut the brownies. That's the biggest thing. And we all have those friends. I know. So now you can just say, oh, here, I'll make it easier for you to cut and lift this right out and then put it on the thing. And you save your pan, you save your friendship, the whole bit. All right. Am I right? You're laughing because everybody knows that, right? Okay. I have quite a few pans like that. All right, now we're going to try this. I'm going to get my whisk ready. I think I'm going to put this on a towel here. I've got a wet towel here so it doesn't move around while I'm trying to do 2 things at once. All right, 1 egg. Have to have a place to put it. Okay. All right. We're going to go ahead and whisk that in. And just be careful, like I said, that you don't have to worry about so much the temperature. Only that you're not going to cook your egg while you're whisking it in. So, and if you can get it in, sometimes if it's a little warm and you start whisking and then put the egg in, you got it made. That's fine. All right, so we got 1, 2. And And it probably would have been better if I had the 3 eggs already cracked. Oop. That's a hard one. Okay. There's our eggs. So we've got those whisked in. It doesn't look, it looks kind of lumpy, but bear with me, it'll be fine. Now, somebody reading the recipe, we've got the espresso powder. Yes, okay. And we've got the sugar. We're going to do that. Okay. Let's see if I can't get that. Okay. There's 1 cup. Yes. Perfect. Perfect. You can. I would, and that brings out a good point, Nancy, is when you're doing liquid into brownies like that, instead of using the water or whatever it calls for, use coffee. And don't use the water, it just gives it a little bit more flavor. So yes, this could be a brownie mix in a pinch, because there's really nothing that we're doing that is going to make it, better, worse. And there's some really good brownie mixes out there. I guess it just depends who you're making this for. If you're making this for your guests, I would go this route. Your family, open the box. Yeah. Because they're going to eat it so fast they're not even going to taste it. So, save it for your friends, because they're the ones who appreciate you. Okay. That looks good. Now, we've got our, this is like a workout. Okay, our flour, our baking powder, and our salt. I'm going to get that in. I'll do it this way. Okay. And I suppose you could do this with a mixer, but I thought we'll just do it by hand. Okay. This is a really thick batter. And I did not taste these myself. However, when I put them on the pan, somebody did. Because I'm like, ah. So I had some little nibbles here while I was out of the room. I guess. I think they're probably, yeah. I don't think we have to worry about little mice in here. All right. We've got all that in there. We're going to get it in the pan. Yes. What? Oh, that you could use just regular instant coffee. Yeah. Instead of using the actual espresso powder. If you are not a coffee person and you will not use that espresso powder for anything else, then and you're not planning on doing a lot of chocolate stuff that you would need it. Now it lasts a long time, but I wouldn't spend the money on that. I would just get the regular instant coffee. That's good. Use the same amount. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's looking good. That's the beater you wanna eat. Okay, chocolate chips. So we've got our chocolate chips that we're gonna add to this. Okay, and we're gonna throw it in our pan and call it brownies. Like I said, this is nice and thick. And there's people in here that are telling me these are good, so.
Yeah, if you wanted to just buy the box brownies, just say to add into it, just
Yes, you'd use the liquid coffee. Oh, I didn't turn the oven on. When brownies call for like a 1/4 cup of water or whatever. Instead of the 1/4 cup of water, you're going to use a 1/4 cup of coffee. And then, you know, just adjust it. So you're not going to take your, you're not going to use the butter, you're not going to use the chocolate. You use whatever the package says. Take it that far to what the package says. Substitute the water, coffee for the water. Still put in the chips, but don't, you know, you're not going to use the flour and all that. So, and it, like I said, it's, you know, there's really good brownie mixes out there. And when you start adding, you know, chocolate chips and do it with coffee, you know, they're good. So you really can't tell the difference. All right. So we will go ahead and stick these in the oven. And this, you know, I titled this dessert, and I thought we needed to have something like this only because, and I talked a little bit on the radio about this. There's, you know, there's all sorts of dessert things that you can do, party-wise. And one of the fun things to do is, you know, have a dessert bar. So instead of having, and a couple of these recipes would be good for that. So instead of having like a big elaborate dessert, you know, have some mini things. Have a little coffee bar set up, or hot, you know, coffee and hot chocolate, and you can have like the little mini marshmallows, and you can have the coffee creamers and all that, and it makes a really nice table. It makes a really nice setup. And then have like little things like this, little cookies, or here's some brownies, the little mocha tartlets that we're going to do in a minute. All are like little nice desserts that you could have a really nice table setting for. Okay, this goes in the oven.